God is dead.
Yes, God is dead, cried Nietzsche. And the cry has been heard for years. But for each philosopher, there has been a cynic.
No way! Prove it!
And that is where the argument has stalemated. Until now.
God is dead, and here is the body to prove it.
You just blew my mind! Our minds have been blown!
The world is shocked. First, to find out God did in fact exist, and second, to find out he was now dead.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
But the world was most shocked to find out how small God was. Imagine winds, storms, the miracle of life, all from this tiny God with such tiny hands and feet.
And he's really light, too.
Yes, God did exist. He died. He was very small. Mystery solved. The world has a brief period of mourning. And then it's business as usual on the streets and highways that God built.
Sure gonna feel good to be working. So how many guys do they take?
Hey! Are you here to talk or to work? Good. Okay, ladies. We're gonna need 12 guys today. You! Are you wearing steel-toed boots?
Yeah.
Yeah? Testers! Now.
Oh, this doesn't hurt.
I think you're lying. Huh? Okay, how about you? Are those steel-toed boots?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
You 12, on the truck! Find faults!
Why are we being blindfolded?
Hey, are you here to ask stupid questions, or are you here to work? Good. Hey, now move it!
I know. I bet we're going to a warehouse out by the airport.
I just hope we're not doing insulation.
That's the worst.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, man.
Jocelyn, you ever done any porno?
Yes, I was in the Manuel 3 when I was living in France.
Oh.
And you?
Well, I stopped the donkey once in this movie. I can't remember the name of it, though. Probably because it was only 5 minutes long. Like a short feature, more like a loop.
Did you make much money at that?
No, but I got to keep the donkey.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah. How's your snake?
It's fine.
It's dead, isn't it?
Look, I never called you stupid. I just said I thought it was a stupid movie.
Well, I guess you must think I'm pretty stupid for liking it then.
No, I don't.
Well, you think my opinions are stupid, that's what you're implying.
No, I'm not. I do, however, think it's stupid that we're fighting over such a stupid movie.
Wow, you just never tire of calling me stupid, do you?
What? I gotta get out of here.
Fine.
I'm going for a walk.
That's great.
What am I doing? Honey, I'm sorry. I was insensitive and opinionated, and who the hell is that?
Look, I'm sorry too. But while you were away, I found someone else.
Look, it's pretty obvious you've been cheating on me.
Wow. Is that the kind of suspicion you lived with all those years? No wonder you were so reluctant to get involved again.
I just find it hard to believe that you're suddenly in love with this guy.
Hey, after you walked out that door, I bounced around from one empty relationship to another. And then Harrison came along and he made me feel safe. So don't you dare say we're not in love.
But I was only gone for 2 seconds.
Oh, was I to wait forever?
Maybe you should just leave, pal. Or haven't you caused enough pain?
Well, I'm leaving. This time I'm really leaving. Wait a second. It's my house. Why should I leave my house?
Look, I really thought I could do this, all right? But I can't. And I just think it's better for you and our son if I just go. Okay?
So, are you back to stay? My baby needs a father.
Baby?
Don't you judge me. Don't you dare to judge me. You walked out on me.
Look, I'm sorry I left, but that's not my baby.
Well, why don't you just leave again? That's always your solution, huh?
No, that's what got us into this mess in the first place.
Well, could we not fight?
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna go into the kitchen, just the kitchen. I'll make us some tea. And we'll talk about this like civilized people. Now what's happening?
Oh, hon, try to understand. You see, my son's all grown up now and joined the Navy, and I'm not hooked on the painkillers anymore, and well, I just feel for the first time in my life I'm ready to be on my own.
But I just went to make some tea.
Don't think this is because I don't love you, because I do love you.
The kettle's not even boiled yet.
Please, let me go now while I still have the strength. Did you miss me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hon, you know, traveling has really changed me. I think I'm ready to settle down now.
Great. Let me go finish making that tea. Hey, why don't you come with me?
You're right. Let's never be parted again, even for a second.
Yeah, it's a pretty good plan.
Well, the union just got too big.
Hey, girls,
Hi,
here's a new
Rude.
price list I promised you.
Oh, great. Give me here. Oh, boy. Jeez.
Rudy, I don't know, Rudy. I mean, these prices are so high. I don't think.
Well, I done some thinking. The only reason you two ain't high-class whores is their prices are too low.
Yeah, that may be so, Rudy, but $200 for a hand job is pretty steep, eh?
It's very steep.
Listen, I don't want to get all mushy here, but you two deserve the same kind of respect and admiration a high-class whore like Julia Roberts gets.
Rudy, do you mean that?
Absolutely.
Oh, Rudy.
Oh, Rudy, you're so sweet sometimes.
You made me feel so good tonight.
Okay, back to work, bitches. Back to work.
Hey.
Hustle. Hello, hustle.
25-cent hand jobs, right here.
Bonsoir, mes amis. Et bienvenue à Paris. I am feeling so français tonight. It's just because I adore Montreal. I do. And I don't just love Montreal because of its bagels or its civilized drinking hours or even its hashish. No. What I love most about Montreal is its men. Especially its fags. Montreal, you should stop boasting about that dumb hockey team and start talking proud about your tapettes. Ils sont fantastic. And I don't just say that because I always fall in love there. It's just that there, they usually fall back. I fell in love for my very first time in Montreal. I must have been all of 12 years old. His name was Mario. He was an older boy, about 40. Please, stop it, be mature. Don't get all excited. I was already jaded. You see, I had a very accelerated childhood. My parents were international diamond thieves who traveled all over the world, especially North Africa, so I knew the score. One day, we were on our way from Vancouver to Tangiers. We had to make a little petite stopover in Montreal. I left my parents briefly at the airport to buy myself a fashion magazine. And when I returned, the plane was gone, and so were they. Yes. Just the smell of my mother's Chanel No. 5 hanging in the air. That's probably why I hate Catherine Deneuve so much. All I had with me was 37 cents and a big diamond ring worth about $2 million. I figured that would keep me going for about a month. There was only one solution. I had to find myself a sugar daddy. Too sweet. Then, conveniently, as if from heaven, this very good-looking man who looked sort of like Omar Sharif came over and asked me if I'd ever done any nude modeling or posed for wrestling photos. I said, of course. I mean, what kid hasn't? And that's how I started my modeling career. This, of course, was Mario. Mario fell madly in love with me, and I moved into his charming little flat with a fabulous fire escape in a working-class French neighborhood where everybody spoke in a rough and jaunty joual. I, however, spoke French with a refined Parisian accent, which made some people think I was a snob. Luckily, I was, so I didn't mind. I stayed with Mario for 6 months, which, when you're 12 years old, is an awfully long time. Yes, that's 1/24 of your whole life. Now, at my age, 6 months is nothing. I take 6 months to return a phone call. But nothing lasts forever, except poetry readings. And especially not love, which is where the Mounties came in. It turns out Mario was borderline retarded. And I was arrested for the corruption of an imbecile. I got 6 months. Oh well, the story of my life. Bonsoir.
Hello, Maudie.
Nice looking clock. Where'd you get it, Joss?
Well, my John C. didn't have any money, so he paid me with this.
Oh, I remember once this John didn't have any money, so he tried to pay me with magic beans.
Oh, what did you do?
I got Bobby to beat him up, and then he shoved the magic beans up his nose and cut up his face.
Well, he'd have to. It's just bad business, eh?
Yeah.
And how's everything here?
Well, actually, we've ordered some dessert. We were wondering when it would come because my protege and I want to go.
I'll check in the kitchen. Could I have the dessert for table 20, please?
I'm just finishing.
Oh, great. What did they order?
They're splitting an order of mousse with sorbet.
And what's in that?
You must be new here.
Yes, I am.
Well, let me tell you. First of all, I start with 2 islands of mousse, a white mousse and a chocolate mousse, contrasted with a scoop of cassis sorbet, sprinkled with a herd of loose blueberries, a sprig of mint, a light dusting of chocolate, and finally, to top it all off, these 4 dipping areas.
And what are the dipping areas for?
Well, that's for dipping the mousse into, but of course, it's completely up to the individual.
Did I overhear you talking about the dipping areas?
Yes.
Well, they're really great. But may I make one teeny tiny suggestion?
Certainly. What is it?
Well, I think that the dipping areas are so attractive that instead of just having 4 dipping areas for dipping the mousse into, you should have 6. Because, and I find that this happens more often on Thursday nights than any other night of the week, people seem to be running out of dipping areas even before they've run out of mousse.
What do you think?
Oh, well, I'm new here, but I think I do like the idea of more dipping areas.
More dipping areas? I sure hope not. That would cause a big problem.
What kind of a problem?
Well, my main concern is there'd be no place to put my thumbs when I'm gripping the plate.
He's right. Those big old thumbs would either be messing up the chocolate dusting or sitting right smack dab in the middle of those dipping areas.
I have a question. Do we really need the chocolate dusting? I'm sorry, was that a stupid question?
Kind of.
Well, I was just trying to find my way around this thumbprint problem.
I know.
Yeah, sure. But it would be a crime to compromise on the chocolate dusting.
Hey, it's a toughie.
Listen, we're 4 intelligent men. We should be able to solve this problem.
I wish I could help more. Just that I'm new here.
You're doing wonderfully.
You're doing great. You're really sitting there.
Look, how would you serve the plate with the extra dipping areas without a thumbprint?
Maybe you could avoid the dipping areas and the chocolate dusting entirely if you carried the plate without gripping the edge.
Like this. It might work.
That would work. Yes. Wait. But what if you had to serve 2 plates with the dusting and the dipping areas without gripping the plate?
Enjoy.
No, it would never work.
It's a toughie.
Look, I'm in favor of the dipping areas, but I just don't see how we can realize it right now. What about we meet tomorrow early before opening?
Agreed.
Very good idea.
Well, I may be new here, but I do know I should get this dessert out there fast.
Well, go to it.
And here we are.
Oh, and what's all these?
Those are dipping areas for the mousse into.
Don't you think they should be bigger?
We're working on it.
Oh,